Hello everyone, hope we're all having a fantastic day. Thank you guys for watching. I'm about taking a trade right now. So we've taken this trade because we have this resistance area and we have an exhaustion candle closing inside that resistance area. You can see there's a lot of rejection at that area right now. We have first, second, third rejection, and we have this exhaustion candle closing inside there. So I'm trying to connect that area with a common point of rejection. Also, we have a common point of rejection there, and that's where the rejection came from. You can see, though that would have been a better entry. That common point of rejection would have been a very good entry for us. You understand? But I just had to take that trade because I wasn't sure the price would come back down. And you can also see we have a round number there at 0.47200 over there. Actually, that was one of the major reasons I took the trade. You see, when you see an exhaustion candle closing on a round number, there's every chance that you have an opposite candle to that exhaustion candle. So that was one of the reasons why I took the trade, basically. And so you're welcome to my practice session. You probably notice that I'm actually inside the tournament, the pocket option tournament. So most of the time I use the tournaments as a practice session, and it's very close. The reason why I do that is because it's very close to what you have in a real market. Guys, if you want me to do a video on the difference between the real market and the demo sessions, just hit me up in the comments. Let me know, because I've been thinking of making that video, but I wasn't sure if anybody will actually like it. But if you're really interested in knowing the differences between the real trades and trading market and the demo market on OTC, just let me know in the comment section. I would try. If I see enough interest, I'll make that video. I'll make that video because it's going to be very interesting, but I'm not just sure if anybody will be interested in knowing the differences, basically. So now I'm trying to look for the next trade right now, and you can see we kind of have this basic market structure here. So you can see price has gone up down inside that kind of triangle, up down. You can see. So the next movement of the market, it's it's with the buyers, basically. But now I can see one QM area down here. So I'm plotting the QM area, you can see, to find a good entry down here right now. You can see initially I went to higher time frames to confirm if we have an engulf, and we actually got an engulf. So basically I'm going to lower time frames now to check if we have a very good entry, a lower time frame entry. So over here now you can see I found another one in, I think, S15. Let me see. So there's another okay, it's S15. There's another lower time frame entry right there. So I'm just marking those entries in case price comes back to that area. Then we can have a fantastic trade over there. So one major thing is, anytime you are in the market, it doesn't matter if you are practicing or you are in the real market, the best thing you can do is to give it your best. Someone was asking the other time, like, why do I trade demo, or why do I post my practice sessions? That's why I call them practice sessions, really, just so that you can have a feel for the way I practice. And the same way I practice is the same way I trade in the real market, and that's the mindset one should always have, regardless of if you are trading live your market or you are trading demo market, basically. So So one should always have that mindset, because the mindset at which you enter the market is very, very important. So I'm kind of trying to see if I can go with the buyers here. So I found one demand area at like lower time frame demand, thinking price may come back to that demand and I can go with the buyers, but that was not happening. So I had to switch, looking for more opportunities in the market, basically. So I think it's we're able to find an entry here, but let me just wait and see. It's been 2 days to me actually doing this voiceover, because I didn't do the voiceover immediately, but I'm trying to see exactly what I did here. Though I know that we have an overlapping level there, so and that's a lower time frame supply entry. So I wasn't sure if I took this trade, but let me just. I know that if I had taken this trade, it would have been because of that supply, that lower time frame entry. Okay, fine. We entered the trade at the supply now, so I'm expecting the price to actually come down, because this is where the sellers are, the lower time frames. You understand? So I'm expecting the sellers to actually push in the market over here. So let's go back to M1. Okay, fine. So we have an overlapping level, but checking inside that overlapping level, we found a lower time frame supply area. It's a lower time frame entry we found there. Okay, that's good. We have about 10 seconds now. Okay. Wow, that was very close, man. The buyers just swept into the market like at the last 10 seconds. That was a winning trade, but that was very close. We're very close to losing that, actually. But I guess we're more saved by the gap down, because if we had a gap up, that would have been very, very very crazy. So for some reason I was trying to see if I could take another trade here. I was hoping this candle would close as a Marabuzu candle. Then I would have taken the trade. I would have gone with the sellers, because then we'll be able to combine it with this ABC break. But that did not happen, I guess. So you can see I'm adjusting my trend lines to see if I can take a third breakout over there. So I'm checking the market to see if I can find a lower time frame entry, and that's one thing I always do most of the time. When I see a third touch, I always look for more reasons to take the trade. Just more reasons to see if we can actually go with the sellers, especially in this case. Okay, we have a supply area up there, a lower time frame entry. So if price comes there now, like if we have a third touch breakout and price comes into that supply, it doesn't even matter if it just gives us the margin of safety or not. We're going to take the trade. Basically, why? Because we've seen reasons to actually go with the sellers at this upside, and we have a round number there too. So it's one more good reason to actually take the trade if the price comes to that side. But you can see the price did not come there. So what do? We look for other trades, and we don't hesitate, basically. Okay. So this is the part where we just keep looking for more trades. I'm trying to make sure that that other market is in favorite, so that I can see if price will actually come to that entry. So we'll search the other favorites, and that's exactly how I do my trades. Actually, I do my best to mark those markets that I've charted in favorites, so that it will be easy for for me to switch between all the favorites like that. You're better off just switching instead of just randomly checking the market. If you have some that you already have on your radar, it's better to just keep an eye on those, because the market may just come in your favor or come to your entry. One thing I wished Pocket Option had was the option for notification on mobile. I really don't know why they don't have it on mobile. There was a time when they just launched it, they had this thing that your notifications will actually show a line somewhere where you put them, but now it doesn't show anymore. I really like Pocket Option to bring it back to mobile, where we have real notifications. You can set notifications at certain areas. They can just make it just like the trend lines. Just click on it and you move it to where you want it to be. As simple as that. I really don't think it's difficult, and I don't know why they are doing that. They're not bringing it to mobile. But so Pocket Option, if you are listening to this, please do it. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure that a lot of people will appreciate it too. So we have a momentum here right now. Okay, the momentum just keeps going. I guess there's something I'm looking for, trying to see if we have a QM right there. But this momentum was just crazy. So over here now, I'm just checking the market to see if we have an opportunity in this support area. So we'll just keep looking, and that's one good thing about trading on your phone. It's very fast, guys. Since I've been trading my phone, on my phone, I'm not even bothered about trading on PC. Though I have my computer here, I usually don't trade on it. I just trade basically on the phone because it's fast. You can easily execute things very fast. So if the mobile version of Pocket Option has that notification thing, that would be amazing. That would indeed be very amazing. So I really wish they do it. Actually, it's gonna be a great game changer. So you can see I'm marking this area now to see if we have an opportunity. I'm checking for, most of the time when you are in a ranging market like this, you want to be checking for color patterns basically, or cycle patterns. You understand? You want to be checking for red green patterns or market sequence, things like that. Goes, it's very, very underrated, but if you can just find a way around it, and anytime you find yourself in this kind of scenario, just you look for those things basically. So over here now, you can see I'm trying to chart the market to see, to have a feel for this market and to see where it's going or where it's coming from, and if price would eventually come back into that zone, then we can have an opportunity, or at least we can look for an opportunity right there. So you can see now, I just marked this area. It's previously a supply area, but you can see that the market has reacted from that area basically. So now we have a break of structure now, and the price is coming down, but there's this 3 bar down pattern that is having a retracement right now. So I wasn't sure if the sellers will come in immediately after this. That's the reason why I was waiting to see. Now, are they being price crossed? Oh, let me see. Normally, if price had crossed and gone into that supply area, that would be amazing. That would really, really be amazing. So you can see, I'm going to lower time frame now. I can find the supply there, but I'm not going to just trust that big supply. I'm going to the lower time frames now to find the exact entry. If price come back there, so let's just wait if price will come back there. So far so good. We are already at we've gone from 100 to 150. Now normally I probably would have stopped if I was in a real market. Now the reason why I would have stopped is because most of the time, you see a lot of traders, they make good money. 50% of your balance is fantastic money. I always tell my students that if you make 50%, call it a day. You're good. You understand? Because sometimes the market may just turn south on you, and it's going to be very, very painful that you've actually made half of your balance, and now you're losing half of your balance plus your balance. It's not a good sight actually. So I always advise my students that the best thing you can do for yourself, once you've made some money, leave the market. It's as simple as that. So over here now, I'm trying to see if I can take advantage of this supply. Now, it's not a very strong supply, but I was just hoping that the supply will be able to respond, the way it should respond. You can see. So I was waiting for price to come into that lower time frame entry, then we'll take a trade together. So let's just see if that happens. Right at this moment, I really don't know if it happens or not. So let's just check. Okay, fine. Okay, now I understand now. You can see now that I just took this trade with just $4, and you'll be wondering why. It's simply because we had that you can see the payout amount has been reduced to 61%. So I was not ready to actually take a trade, but because I had invested a lot of emotions into setting it up, into the setup, I was like, let me just go with $4 basically, but really I wouldn't take this trade normally. Once the payout amount is not worth it, there's no point risking your wallet for that. It's the best thing. Okay, so I missed that trade right there because I'm looking at the doji and price just broke that level, and we're expecting a retracement, but I guess I missed it. That was a missed opportunity for me, so it's not a problem. Now you can see now the sellers now they're pushing the price downward towards this QM area. I'm not sure if I'll take a trade here, but let's just see how it goes. One just has to get used to not taking all the trades. You understand? Like over here now, we have this. It looks like a third touch breakout. About to happen here. We have first touch high, second touch high, and I'm expecting that the market to come down and break that level over there. So I'm still looking at this to see if we can take a trade over here, but for some reason the market is not coming to that entry, so I'm not just going to take random trades by just not letting it enter my entry. The the entry that I really want to take is the one down, but I can also take, the entry if the price enters into that overlapping level where both the purple rectangles meet. That intersection, I can take a trade right there, but I'm just waiting for price to come back there, and if price doesn't come there, no problem. We'll just keep looking for more opportunities until we find one. Okay, this is the third touch I was talking about the other time. Now we seem to have this opportunity here where we have this morning star. Is a pattern that usually retrace. So I'm not sure if it will retrace here, because but I probably won't take this trade. Why? Because number one, the trend is downward. You understand? So I would prefer to go with the sellers in this kind of market. Okay, fine, you can see. So we missed that opportunity also, but it's okay when you have missed opportunities. You really don't need to feel bad about it. If I was to take a trade, I would prefer that green candle to actually cross this ABC. That would be nice. Then now we have this very weak supply over here. I'm trying to see if we can make something out of it. And another thing I've observed is sometimes when you have missed opportunities, you want to make up for it quickly by finding another opportunity in a rush, and sometimes that might be detrimental to your psychology, because if in the quest to look for another entry because you missed one and you jump and you don't consider it very well, it may be very disastrous for your trading session. So the best thing you can do is to just calm down. Anytime you miss an opportunity, just know that okay, it's part of trading to miss opportunities, and it's okay. Always remind yourself that it's okay to miss one or two opportunities. So over here right now we have two entries. One of them is good, the other one is not so good. I'm just checking the lower time frame to see if I'm able to find a very good entry, but that would really be nice. So let's see. So we finally found a lower time frame entry. Okay, that's cool. So all we need to do right now is to wait for price to come into that entry. Then we can go with the sellers for a very good trade. First it will be a supply area, then we have a lower time frame entry inside the supply. So definitely worth it. Okay, so checking for other opportunities. I was really waiting for price to come into this red zone, into this sellers area, so that we can actually take a trade with the sellers. And I was looking at this market also. We have this this trend just going down like this, so it's a very good one. I was eagerly waiting for this price to just enter into that, to just come into that entry. Okay, now we have a break of structure. So that's another reason that, to give me the assurance that sellers may actually come in because of the break of structure. But sometimes, when you have gap downs, you just have to respect it. Okay, I didn't take the trade here. I might have taking the trade in the next one at the top. Okay, so we've taken the trade now here. That's exactly where the entry. I was expecting a pullback over here, but you can see the pullback did not answer. So I thought, okay, fine, we may have a retracement on the next candle, understanding that this last candle was an exhaustion candle. And you remember when I talk about exhaustion candles, anytime you see an exhaustion candle closing in a supply or demand area, it's most likely to have a retracement, and that's exactly why I took this trade. You can see now I always tell people, the thing there is, sometimes I wouldn't want you to do what I'm doing exactly here, because you can see this trade, like within a split second now, this trading section has become very risky. You understand? Unless you really know what you're doing, please guys, don't go for full margin trading. It is very dangerous. It is indeed just dangerous. You understand? I wouldn't want to losing your balance. You understand? Now the reason why I entered with the sellers one more time here was because, number one, now I was very sure about this particular entry, this last entry. Now if I had just waited for this entry, I wasn't sure the price would come into this particular entry right from where we're coming from. Now if I had known price would come here, I probably would have taken precaution in the middle right there. But thank goodness, you can see now the market is just going down right after that third entry. You understand? So that was a very good thing in this session, and it's one of those things that actually just saved the day for us when it comes to actually this trade. You understand? We almost lost everything right there. And the thing there is, trading is very risky, and I need to let you guys know that if you really want to be good at trading, you have days like this where things just like split seconds, when things just go south. Now sometimes the things you do in those crucial moments will define what kind of trader you'll be. So the best thing you can do is to calm down as much as possible. Now if you need to take a break, it happens. But the thing there is, if you want to avoid all that, the best thing you can do is to apply proper risk management. You understand? Now someone like me, now I have a very high risk tolerance. A lot of people don't. Now if you know that you are in that kind of scenario, in that kind of area, low risk tolerance, the best thing you can do is to not trade. I use percentages to trade. I trade percentages, but some cannot do that. So it's better sometimes they will tell you that you should trade maybe 4% of your balance, or 1% or 2% of your balance. If you can do that, please do. You get the gist. But someone like me will not do that basically. Why? Because I just have a whole different mindset when it comes to risk management, and I can actually take the heat if things go south. So basically, so now you can see we're back to $144.25. It's crazy, you understand? But we move on. We're not going to stop, because we just need to calm down and look for a very good trade the next time, basically. So that's exactly what we have here. So I'm looking at this area now to see if the market wants to make a U-turn and just come back down, because sometimes it happens like that. You understand? Now we have this evening star pattern, and I'm looking at it very closely to see if there's any other thing, basically. So let's just see how this one turns out over here. I wasn't sure if I took a trade here, but I might have taken. Okay, fine. Okay, I was just about saying I might have taken a trade. Now The reason why I took this trade, I will let you know. Now we have this supply here, and the price just broke through it like without any recourse, and so we have an SBD here. Supply become demand, and you can see right here, right from that area where the supply become demand starts. You understand? I took the trade, and you can see. All right, guys. So a brief recap on what happened right there, because I didn't have time to actually mark the trade. So let's quickly do it together right here. So this is the exact area where I took the trade, but let me quickly mark it. Now you can see this area. Let me just mark it quickly. Let's just mark it together so that we can see. Now this is the area. This is supply become demand. You can see. Now this was the supply area. This was the supply, the area of supply. You can see. This is the supply area. So we have the supply area here, but you can see this market just broke like this. The buyers here, they just broke this level. They didn't even regard this level at all. Now most of the time when things happen like that, when you have this supply being broken like that, most of the time price comes back into that area. You can see this is where we took our trades. You understand? We took multiple trades. I actually knew that there's every tendency that we have those retracements, but this would have been the best area right under this. This would have been the best area to take the trade, right under that round number. We'll take our trade here. You get the gist, and you can see the market just retraced and closed right here. So it was a very, very beautiful trade actually. I decided to quickly do a recap on that, because I know that things were moving very fast, and I wasn't able to mark things out. So I'll just quickly drop this into the video so that anyone who needs extra explanation can actually have this. All right. So later down the line, we were able to find another trade. Well, this is a very good one. We have an evening star pattern over here, and we're able to take advantage of it, because usually evening star patterns normally retrace, but we also have the trend in our favor. So it's one of the reasons why I actually took this trade right here, and it was a winning trade. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Peace.